Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Head Chef Mom. I'm Kendall Lawrence, and today I'm gonna do a super quick, super easy spaghetti and meatball dish for you. Um, Sometimes today is Saturday. I'm filming this on a Saturday, and I don't really like to do heavy cooking on a Saturday, so um, I like to throw something together quick. So it's all gonna be, from the can and the jar and all that kind of good stuff. Okay, so let's look at our ingredients. Here I have one small onion that I've chopped up and a green pepper, medium-sized green pepper that I chopped up. I have some spaghetti. I have a pinch of sugar. I have some oregano. I have some crushed red pepper. I have some thyme. I have some Tony Chachere's seasoning. I have some black pepper. I have some breadcrumbs. I have some Classico tomato basil. That's my favorite canned spaghetti sauce. Of course, I like my own sauce that I make, but when I want to do a quick and easy spaghetti dish, I'm going to use this Classico. I've got a can of Rotel that I'm going to add to it. I've got some 3-cheese blend of Parmesan and Asiago and Romano. I've got some mozzarella string cheese that I have cut up, and I'm going to stick it in the middle of the meatball. I have 1 pound of hamburger and 1 pound of ground pork. So let's start by getting over to the stove and sauteing our vegetables. Okay, so I've got a little bit of bacon drippings in the pan along with a pat of butter, and I'm going to go ahead and get my vegetables in. And I'm going to saute these up for a couple minutes, and then we will start assembling. Okay, so I've sauteed up my bell pepper and my onion, and let's go ahead and season up our meat. So I've got my pound of ground beef and my pound of ground pork in the bowl here. I'm going to add my Tony Chachere's, and if you ask me how much, I'm going to say however much you want. So I'm putting what I want to put in my meatballs, the amount that I want. Okay, so I got my Tony Chachere's. I'm going to do a little oregano. You can overdo oregano very easily. A little goes a long way with oregano. I'm going to do some thyme, and I'm using all dried ingredients today. This is going to be fast. No chopping. The only thing I chopped was the onions and the pepper. A little more thyme. I'm going to put some crushed red pepper in there for a little kick, and I'm going to add in some Parmesan, okay, so you missed the part that I put in my egg and my breadcrumbs. So I put in 2 eggs, and I put in some breadcrumbs, and now I'm getting it all combined. And you don't want to overwork it, so I'm just going to keep mixing until it's about done. It's about all combined, and it is. And now we'll start making our meatballs. Okay, so let's get started with our meatballs. I wait until just before I roll the meatballs to put in my sauteed vegetables, because I want them to cool down some. I don't want to burn myself while I'm making the meatballs, so they've cooled down sufficiently. And we're going to start rolling away. So I'm going to get these mixed in. And that was one of the reasons that I was careful not to overmix either, because I knew I was going to go back and add this once it had cooled down. All right. And so then you make the meatballs according to whatever size you want. So you just grab up some mixture, and I want, medium-sized meatballs. And today I'm going to bake them in the oven. I don't always bake them in the oven. A lot of times I fry them and then finish them off in the sauce. But today, every time I make something, it seems like I do it differently each time. And you want your meatballs to be about the same size so that they'll cook evenly. And so I'm going to get all of this rolled up, and then we're going to pop it in the oven at 400 degrees. And after about 20 minutes, I'll come back and we'll take a look at our meatballs. Okay guys, I think I am the most forgetful videographer ever. I told you that I was going to stuff some pieces of mozzarella inside of the meatball. And so I'm going to do a couple of those on camera for you. Then I'm going to pop it in the oven and we'll come back. Okay, so I'm just going to take these and insert it right into the meatball like that and close it up. Just stick it in, close it up, and I'm going to do that to all of them. And then pop them in the oven and we'll be right back. Okay guys, so I've taken my meatballs out of the oven. They only stayed in for about 15 minutes, and I let them stay in only until they were I let them stay in. I took them out before they were actually done, just before they got done. So they still have some cooking time to do, but I want them to simmer in my sauce. So that adds a lot of flavor to the sauce. So I'm going to finish them off in the sauce. And so in my Dutch oven here, I've got a couple cloves of crushed garlic that I'm just sauteing around for a sec. And I am going to now add my favorite jar sauce. Remember, we're doing a Saturday deal here, so one day I'll make my homemade version for you. And I'm going to, before I add my rotel, I'm going to go ahead and add my meatballs because I want to be able to gauge how much of the rotel I put in there. I knew I wanted the whole jar of Classico. So remember, these meatballs I took out just before they were done, so these are not cooked all the way through. Oh, cheese, 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 please. More cheese, please. Now I'm going to get these all worked down in there. Okay, so I've got my meatballs inside my pot. And I'm going to go ahead and add some of my rotel tomatoes. I'm not going to use this whole can, that's why I waited until I put the meatballs in. And I'm going to put in a touch of sugar, so that kind of offsets the acidity of the tomato. And I'm going to add some black pepper. Trying to work around the camera, filming myself again by myself today. All right, and I think I'm going to add a little bit of water. And then I'm going to let this just simmer away for a while and let it cook down, and I'll come back and check on it when the meatballs are done and taste the sauce to see if I need to add any more seasoning. So I'm just going to put a lid on this and let this simmer for a few minutes. Okay guys, here is my lovely plate of spaghetti and meatballs, and the meatballs have been stuffed with mozzarella, and then I was extra sinful because I grated up some fresh parm on top. So let's give this a taste. I bought some French bread and made garlic bread. Okay, here we go. That's tasty. You got to use the rotel. Gives your spaghetti such a nice kick. And I didn't buy the hot one. I just bought the original rotel. So it's not overbearing. It's delicious. Please, please try my stuffed meatballs in your spaghetti and meatballs next time. And I just did the spaghetti, you know, by the directions on the package, so I didn't feel I needed to show you that. Okay, guys, I want you to have a wonderful rest of the day. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, and go feed your family. Bye-bye.